All right, everyone, welcome back to Politically Homeless. Been a few days since I've put out a video. So today we've got really one of our best guests on the show today, James Roguski. How are you, James?
I'm doing great. Let me dive right in, keep this as short as possible. Today is Friday, May 31st, and I've been tracking the WHO for 2 years now, and this is getting awfully close to, the end of what's going on with the World Health Assembly. And so I would like to encourage everybody to watch the final version. I did an article the other day, the final countdown this evening. If you look at WHA 77, if you do a search for the World Health Assembly 77, you may be able to catch their live stream or a recording of their discussions about the proposed amendments to the international health regulations and their proposed new pandemic treaty or agreement or framework convention or whatever they want to call it. They're meeting in Geneva, and back on Tuesday, they had a number of resolutions where essentially what they said was they were going to try all week long, and they've had secret negotiations to come to a final agreement on amendments to the international health regulations. So stay glued to your, computer screen or phone or however you can watch the videos to see what agreement they may or may not reach. Um, I suspect they're going to be going long into the evening tonight. It may stretch into Saturday. With the proposed treaty, it seems like it would be a shocker if they came to a final agreement and did anything with the treaty. It looks like they're going to ask for either a special session later in 2024 or maybe even push it off till next year. So even though, nobody other than me would love to be done with the WHO and on with the new, it seems like I'm getting a contract extension to keep talking about this, for the next 6 months or whatever. Ugh, right?
Yeah.
But Saturday, June 1st, is supposed to be the final day of the World Health Assembly in Geneva. So when the dust all settles, I encourage people to take the time to understand, what is it that just happened? If you've ever watched a mystery movie, like maybe The Sixth Sense or something like that, and you turn around and you wake up and you're like, what did I just watch? What the heck just happened?
Mm.
Stay tuned, and next week sometime we'll give you a review, but get your information straight from the source. And by that, I don't mean me. I mean the actual whatever the WHO's documents say, because almost everything that I read about this topic on the internet is so abundantly wrong. Um, Unfortunately, our side has become the purveyors of misinformation. A lot of people are saying, oh, the treaty's dead. Long live the treaty, right? It's gone. We cured it. Send us money. There's a lot of groups out there, busy fundraising because they saved the world from the treaty. Well, stay tuned and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think it's over quite yet. And if it was, you'd be the guy to tell everybody, and I would believe you, James. Over, I've been watching some of this what I would call grifting stuff that's going on out there. I think Rumble actually may have had a channel that was broadcasting from the WHO, so people might want to check on Rumble to see if they're going to bring that coverage live, and maybe you can have a watch party at your house.
Well, it'd be a great way to put yourself to sleep, that's for sure. But this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not going to be over today or tomorrow or the next day. And so anybody claiming victory and encouraging you to go back to sleep and forget about the WHO, nah, I don't think so. They're going to spend the rest of the year begging for billions so that they can continue jabbing the world and the to pull in another movie reference, um, wag the dog, right?
Mm.
The tail of the dog is the WHO. They are tiny. I mean, their $4 billion a year budget is tiny
Yeah.
compared to the multi-billion-dollar budgets of all of the pharmaceutical companies that pull on their strings. So set your sights bigger. I mean, the WHO is just doing the marketing and promotion for big pharma. And once people realize that, what are they actually asking for? They want more diagnostics so they can use the PCR to go looking for bird flu. I still haven't figured out how the penguins in Antarctica got the bird flu to the cows in Texas that put it in the milk that the cats drank and died. I haven't figured out how that actually worked yet. So the testing for using the PCR is just absolutely, completely, and totally fraudulent.
Hmm.
The drugs that they recommend cause more harms, than benefit. And, they've been gradually taking various mRNA jabs off the market, or I take that back, it was the DNA jab, the AstraZeneca and the uh, Johnson and Johnson from way back, leaving the mRNA as the technology that's going to save everybody. When, if you've been paying attention, you realize that that is not the solution. But that's what they're pushing, and so the task continues to awaken people to the fraud known as pharmakia.
Hmm.
And so stay tuned, pay attention to what the WHO is doing. And I'll claim victory when we see a news report that the WHO has been disbanded and we're moving on into a better world.
Yeah, we're hoping that the Who really does break up. Just sorry about the music reference there, but James, anything else people can do? Any thing that you can urge people to do if they need to reach out to you or they want to see some of your fine work over on Substack? What would you recommend folks do?
Well, it's real simply just the hard part is spelling my name. So jamesroguski.substack.com. And give me a phone call if you want to keep pushing back against the WHO. If you realize that this is not over and there's an awful lot of work, still to be done. 310-619-3055. And we'll keep pushing back on just this absolute insanity. If you're still sane and you can still think to the point where you have questions, give me a phone call. I look forward to talking to you.
All right, short and sweet this time. James Roguski, thanks so much.
Thank you.